Hello, friendos, and welcome to the Buffalo Bulletin, where we recap 5 major stories from our site, technobuffalo.com, a couple of times a week. If you're interested in reading more about any story in the show, check the description for some links, or you can click on the graphics just like this one for each story if you have annotations toggled on. I'm Ashley Esqueda. Here are your top stories. Samsung announced yesterday morning they would be bringing the gigantic Galaxy S Mega 6.3 to the US via AT&T, Sprint, and US cellular carriers. We're still not 100% sure about that 720p screen on such a large phone, but we did enjoy the device while it was here in the office, and we're sure there are plenty of folks out there looking for a giant handset that would be thrilled to use the Mega 6.3. Pricing and release dates weren't immediately available for Sprint or US Cellular, but we're sure they'll be in the same general range as AT&T, which is releasing the phone later this month for $149 on contract. Bling lovers rejoice! Looks like Apple may be planning a gold iPhone 5S if some new reports that surfaced over the weekend are to be believed. Several other sources have confirmed this champagne gold iPhone 5S. It's possible this edition may be a bid by Apple to sway wealthy Chinese consumers towards the new iPhone, but overall I think this kind of stuff doesn't really matter since 90% of phone buyers just slap a grotesquely tacky case they found at a mall kiosk on their phone after they buy it. Gamescom kicked off in Germany yesterday, and there is a slew of new information about both new consoles. Microsoft kicked things off with their press conference announcing over 20 launch day titles, including some huge exclusives like Rise, Son of Rome, Forza 5, Killer Instinct, Crimson Dragon, and more. No specific launch date yet for the console itself, but it's a pretty solid list for anybody who's ordered a Day 1 Xbox One. Sony had their big Gamescom press event earlier today, dropping their launch day title list along with a couple of extra surprises. Console exclusives include Guns of Icarus Online, Hotline Miami 2, and Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. They also dropped the price of the Vita to $199 and gave us a launch date. The PlayStation 4 will officially arrive on November 15th in North America and November 29th in Europe. Start your wallets, gamers, and may the best console win. Our grab bag story this week is the final piece of content created by our interns David and Braden before they had to go home and back to school. If you've ever needed to unroot your Android phone and bring it in for service, they put together a handy little video guide for anybody who wants to go back to stock firmware. Of course, rooting your phone and unrooting it is at your own risk, but if you love Android, you've probably at the very least thought about rooting, so it's worth a look. That's the Buffalo Bulletin for today. If you enjoyed the show, we would love a thumbs up. It would be super awesome of you. And if you want more great Techno Buffalo video content, subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking this giant subscribe button. And remember, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. But why are you going around capturing birds in the first place? See you next time.